See, the first video I do, I give you the realist news background. Oh, how you missed it so much. I know. I know. And for those of you that like the little picture of my wife and I painting, again, which one looks more like a boss? Go ahead and say it. The greenish, whatever side. That's the one that looks like a professional artiste did it. She's looking at me like, yeah. I'm not even going to show you her face. Not even giving her the pleasure. Endoftheamericandream.com, one of Michael Snyder's websites. Although, I know he made the site. Let's take a look. Endoftheamericandream.com. Because he probably wasn't expecting Trump to get elected back then. And maybe created that site thinking, it's just going to be one criminal after the other, Obama, Hillary, whoever's next. And wasn't quite sure Trump was going to be there. So let's see, when was this? Created on 2010, January 29th, 2010. Expires in 2020. So that would have been, yeah, for sure. I mean, for sure, Obama was in power. And that's probably when he's like, oh my God, the end is nigh. But then Trump came along. So in other words, I know the name of the site is End of the American Dream. I thought we're making America great again. We are. Record-setting flooding in the heartland. What is that? The Mississippi River. Don't you remember how they used to teach you that in school? Mississippi. Remember that? They would like chant this thing until you remembered it. The Mississippi River has been at major flood stage for 41 days and counting. Mama said all that snow melt got to go somewhere. Ain't no places to go to. All right, let's hear what Mama has to say. Thousands of farmers in the Midwest have been waiting for a very long time for floodwaters to recede so that they can finally plant some crops. But instead, more rain, just keeps on coming. As you will see below, it is being reported that the Mississippi River has now been at major flood stage for 41 days in a row. And a lot more rain is coming this week. Meteorologists are warning us that major flooding may extend into June, and that means that many farmers will not be able to plant crops at all this year. So not later? No. Not earlier? No. Not at all, is what he's saying. Unfortunately, as global weather patterns continue to shift, many believe that what we are witnessing this year may become the new normal along the Mississippi River. Oh, I'm going to up that a little bit. It's going to become the new normal between the North Pole and South Pole of the planet Earth. I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. 2012, Mayan calendar, end date. Oh, nothing happened. Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, something's been happening. Record-breaking earthquakes, record-breaking hurricane seasons, record-breaking everything weather-related, volcanic eruptions, you name it, tsunamis, all that stuff, as far as how often they happen within a short time period. And I always said, don't write that off until the climax of all these events have happened, and we can safely say, oh, the numbers are going down now. We're having less earthquakes. We're having less volcanic eruptions. We're having less flooding. None of which are even kind of close to happening. The less side. So it's funny because I think I did somewhere I must have crossed the old Mississippi. Because going to the southwest, across Texas, back this way, Louisiana, Nolans. You guys say no, you don't just know. My wife's. Oh, we were at New Orleans. We were at New Orleans. I hear her on the phone. We were at New Orleans. No. Nolans. You got to say it like you lived there your whole life. Oh, get some of that dirty Nolans rice, boy. Shoot it. Remember that guy on the Gators, the TV show? They're always capturing gators and shooting them and all that. They're counting the gator. There's a TV show for everything. I don't know the guy's name. Shoot it. That guy. We went through there somewhere. I saw. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like going over a couple bridges. This kind of looks like that area where that guy might be. I'm like looking for boats with a film crew. I wonder if that's them over there. Nah, keep going. We ain't got time for that. I got to keep on trucking. It is a long, arduous task to drive from the Southwest United States to Florida. I'm thinking next time, airplane, ship, the freaking Jeep. Is that really expense-wise? Because I mean, I'm counting hotel rooms. You got like 3 hotel rooms by the time you get there, 2 to 3. You've got gas in a Jeep. With a loaded down Jeep, we were getting 12 point something miles per gallon, I think, on average. And we're going, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,100 miles. And all that gas, that's one way, and then all the way back. So it's kind of like, boy, it'd be nice to just get on a plane for a few hours. And, oh, there's my Jeep in the parking lot waiting for me. There's something to be said about that. But we had to do the Litecoin Lisa thing. We had to do the Bitcoin Bend conference. We made a road trip out of it. Me and them boys. So it was totally worth it. It was fun. My tires were a little worn out, as I showed you the other day, before we even went out there. And after I got off that mountain, they were wore down a little bit more. And I went ahead and got a set of tires today. And I just thought, I'm not taking this thing crazy off-road, like, oh, let's go mudding, man, yeah. Nah, don't want to do that. But I wouldn't mind being able to go up a little mountain road or something, you know what I'm saying, like some of these places. So I opted for more of a street pattern on the tread than all-terrain or off-road, although it's technically an all-terrain tire. It was a BF Goodrich. And he told me, he's like, I've had these on my truck before. That noise you may have thought was not too bad with your tires, wait till you hear these. These are going to be great. And he was right. I could drive down the highway, whatever, and the noise, which I thought, well, this is not bad for these big old tires with these big, tread on them. These are a little bit quieter. I kind of like it. But it needed it. So anyways, I'm debating. I'm going to go back, do all that stuff. But even when I'm out there, I'm like looking around like, man, talk about a bug out location. There ain't a whole lot of people over in this area, I couldn't even get DHL to ship it. They had to get the GPR thing in, and it'll be another 2 to 3 days because we got to use the postal service. No. I can't do this. Can you put a hold on that and I can just come get it? Sure. Okay, 2-hour drive? Yeah, that's okay. We'll make it happen. 2 hours there, pick it up, 2 hours back, just in time for a Native American healing session my wife and I got to experience. And that man told me, I told you, gave me a little speck of gold and said, you're going to find more. This is the first one. Really? I've got it. So, anyways, I look out there and I'm just like, my mind is wherever I go, like outside the normal area I live. And I'm like, when I'm out doing something like that, I'm traveling, I can't help myself. I'm always looking around to just see the environment where I'm at. Like, would this make a good bug out spot in the future? Or, there's not necessarily a bug out per se, but like a place you might want to have a second place to go in emergency, or, maybe we could move here one day. My mind's always thinking about that stuff, just in case. Because, Florida is only 80 or so feet above sea level in certain places. I know this old girl's been around for a long time, but we got some earth changes that are getting a little gnarly. And I still need to get a freaking generator. Got back home and like, oh yeah, I'll buy some tires, get some tires, need this, need that, all good. And I still got to get a generator, holy moly. The expenses just keep piling up. But it is what it is, right? Crypto market looking pretty decent. Have some nice up days. The sell-offs aren't as brutal. The up days tend to be quite nice, and the sell-offs, not quite as harsh. And look forward to seeing. We've had a all-time high for this year, Bitcoin prices and market cap. Bitcoin, as you probably saw, got to, was it 5,800 or so? $400 off of Bitcoin Ben's 6,200 he's going for. So we'll see, but I'll just read one more little thing and I'll cut this video off. The Mississippi River crested at higher levels than it ever had in the past. That was at 22.7 feet in Davenport, Iowa on Thursday, a record that had not been matched since records began to be being kept in 1862, said, I don't know if that's Mr. or Mrs. Loveland. That is almost 8 feet above flood stage. In Rock Island, Illinois, the Mississippi set a record level of 22.7 feet, breaking the record set on July 9th, 1993, during the Great Flood of 1993. And according to NPR, the Mississippi has now been at major flood state again for 41 days. So we definitely got some problems. And I'm starting to think with all the rain and all that, even in Florida, when we get a heavy-duty rain, streets can flood and that kind of thing. But I got a Jeep now. Sold the Tahoe, I got a Jeep. I will go right over that. Matter of fact, let me say it like something I told you a while back. I go over that water so fast you can't even shake a stick at it, much less lick it.